Okay, I'm here at 4679 Duval, and just a quick walk around the property. I didn't see any window or screen damage. Some of the gutters look like they have some minor damage. I'll be able to tell once I get up on your roof. And okay. Okay, you do have 2-layer, and it does extend over the drip edge, but the felt isn't tucked into your drip edge on this side, and it's supposed to be. So I can just tell too from right here. So you do have some damage on this slope, which is going to be your right side. All right. So okay. Just initial looking, I don't see much. I do see a little bit here and there. Your accessories, they look fairly new and in pretty good shape. Okay, this is going to be your front slope, and it looks pretty good. There is some wear. This could be wind. Just at the bottom of some of these shingles, you can see the amount of granules that are missing. You see a lot of this in valleys like this because a lot of the water and that rushes down here. So that's why normally they wear a little bit more than other parts. Your ridges look pretty good. Let's check some of your accessories to see. I do see a little bit of damage on some of these. Good thing all your nail holes are cocked, so that's good. These plastic guys, they don't really dent up very much, and it's all cocked. I do see, let's come over here, I can show you. You do have some damage right here on your ridge, and it's actually come loose. And you can see that there are nails exposed. Those are all leaking points. Those are holes in your roof. Normally nail heads, you don't see any, they shall be cocked. This actually came off and moved over. I'm gonna move it back over, but that's just, that can, obviously you get any other storms of water, that's gonna blow off pretty easy. So that's a big concern as far as leaking goes. See, this is going to be on your left side slope, and it looks pretty good. But again, I don't know if you can see very well with the sun, but your front side did take a good amount of damage. You can see a lot of wear, and there are multiple hail hits just in this small amount of area. So I would say your front slope does seem to have a good amount of damage. Like I said, it's also on this one, and more so because it's a valley. This is going to be your left slope, and I see a little bit of damage. I don't know if you can see right here, the lip here, the granules are off. There's a little hit here. Not much though, not nearly as much as your front slope. Here's another small section that considered your front slope, and you can just see the wear that's down to the fiberglass, the wear here on the bottom edges. So definitely just in even the small area, the front slope took a good amount. You do have some points here where they striked all the way through down to the fiberglass. Something here, that could be wind, that could be a limb or something blew across it. Hopefully that wasn't installation damage, but that's not really good. It looks like someone has been up here. I can see a little stuff here where they've just come and cocked either nail heads or little holes that you had. So this might have been damage that occurred when they came and did that, or just previous damage that wasn't fixed. I will say there is on this left slope some definite damage right here in this area that I can see. Didn't look nearly as bad closer to the front of your house, but you have definite wear and loss of granules here and going all the way up. So you do have damage on this slope. The thing with shingles is they're made up of three things: the granules, the fiberglass, and the asphalt. And what you're really looking for is not the granules, but when it breaks through the fiberglass down into the asphalt, and then it's going on top of your decking and your underlayment, and that's where you get leaks. The flashing on your chimney looks to be pretty intact. It looks pretty good. You have a couple paint issues in there, but that's not too bad. Let's see, all the nails down here on the counter flashing are caulked. I will show again, you do have, not as much as the front slope, but you do have a pretty good amount of damage on this left slope. Just from looking here, I can see your gutters on this side do not look that bad, so I don't really see much, if any, dents on this left side. I'm guessing that it'll probably be bad on the front where you took a majority of the damage, and if you took damage on any other slopes, those might be beat up as well. Your ridges on this back side look pretty good. Let's see, this will be your rear slope. This is kind of over the garage, kind of what you wanted me to check. And I can kind of tell you just right now, I do see some damage. It looks probably about your left slope. You got a cut through here. That's hail right there. You have a hit here, hit here, hit here, a hit here, hit here. So not a lot, but definitely there is damage. These accessories look pretty good. The paint is kind of worn off. Looks like they might have caulked that or whatever. All the nails are caulked. That one, might need to be re-caulked. These look pretty good though. I'm going to check both of these pipe jacks. Let's see. The flashing on this one looks pretty good and intact. Let's see where they split the shingle just to tuck it under. So this looks like an aftermarket one. This might be the new one. But it looks pretty good from here as far as the counter flashing and everything being intact. Doesn't look like it would be a source of leaking. Down here just to show you, you do have some damage. This is going to be your right slope. Got a little, like I said, in the valleys you normally see more. This guy looks fairly good. He looks like he's been there since install. So I don't think he's your new one. And your gutters on this back side do look pretty good. So here's a little more damage on your right slope. Like I said, your back, you can see some hits, but it doesn't look as bad as your front. Your front's definitely going to be the worst. Your ridges on this side, everything looks good and intact. This is going to be your right side, and I would say that this side has the second most damage. I can already see a handful of hits in a small area, and basically what the insurance adjuster will do is he will come out and he'll look at all your slopes and he'll mark off like a 10 by 10 foot by 10 foot area, and they want to find 8 to 10 hail strikes, or at least significant enough. And you can kind of, I'm just going to check your gutters down here, you can kind of see the amount of damage you took just by the amount of granules that are in your gutters. That's all supposed to be on your roof. You have a piece of shingle there in the gutter. You can kind of see here where shingle's off, and now this exposed nail head that's not caulked. Every single one of those is a hole in your roof that is a potential to leak. So, but anyway, he'll mark off and he'll look for 8 to 10. He'll do that on each slope, and I can already tell that he'll get that on at least 2, your front and your right, and he can probably find enough on that rear slope as well. And really all you need is 2 slopes for them to total the roof. And because of some of your other major damage areas, I would say that you do have enough damage to file a claim. I do see some denting and that on your gutters, but it's not too bad on this side because of the trees and the other house covered it. And let me check your front where you got the majority of damage. Your gutters seem to be held up pretty good. You can see here that goes all the way through the fiberglass. Those look pretty good. You have a good amount of tree coverage, so these might have been pretty protected. I don't see much in the lip, or normally get it on this inside. And your gutters actually look pretty good. So I'll go down and check out some of your downspouts. Normally those dent up easier, but your gutters actually look pretty good. All right, well, that's going to be the end of my inspection. And like I said, I didn't see on any of those 2 pipe jacks or the vent on the back side anything that would cause me to think that it's leaking or that there would be a leak potential. But I would say that I did find enough damage on your roof to warrant a claim, and I do suggest you file a claim. Thank you very much.